Hello all, welcome. In this video, we'll see one simple Java program on cricket match. So let's begin by creating a new Java project. Let's say the project name as cricket. Now in this project, let me create one package. Let's say the package name com.learnclearly.cricket. Now in this package, let me create one simple class. Let's say one Java class, the class name as cricket. Now let me create the main method inside this one. Now the main method is created. So here we need to write the program. So let's declare the variables for storing the details such as score for the current ball, the total score of each batsman, and so on. So let me declare one variable, integer, runs for the current ball. So this variable will use it to store the score of the current ball. Every time a ball is thrown, we use the variable to store the current ball score. And let's take one total score variable wherein we use this one to store the score of all batsmen together. And let's take one array in which we store the score of each batsman. So int scores is equal to new integer of 2. Let's imagine we have 2 batsmen for the sake of simplicity. Now if you want to, so here scores of 0 contains the total score of batsman number 1. Scores of 1 contains the total score of batsman number 2, and so on. Now what we'll do is, in order to randomly generate the score, we'll take one of the built-in classes in Java, that is the random class. Random r is equal to new random. So this random class is from Java util package. We need to import that, import java.util.random. So this object has, this class has various methods to randomly generate integers, double, etc. So let me demonstrate one random example. So I will use this random object R in order to generate one random number. So let me demonstrate that. Integer temp is equal to R dot next int. So this next int will generate one random next integer randomly, and that is stored inside the temp variable. So let me demonstrate how it looks like. So system.out.println temp. Now let's run this program and see the output. Now when you see, this is a random number. But if you want to limit the random number to generate some score between a given range, we give the range inside the next int, and that will limit the random number generation up to the maximum limit from 0 to whatever number we mention. So since the score can be from 0 to 6, we can mention this as 6 there. Now the next int method of the random object, this will generate a random number between 0 and 6, including 6. Now you see, this temp will randomly generate some score. Let's say temp has, now let me run the program once again. I'm running it again. Now you see, this time it has generated 2. I will run it a couple of times more. So this time it has generated 5. Sometimes it will also generate 0, something like that. So it's like this. So the random class has various methods used to randomly generate the numbers between a given range. Now we use this random object R in order to generate the score randomly for each ball. Now what we need to do is, we need to run the for loop for the number of batsmen. Let's say we have 2 batsmen available. Let's say we use the for loop for integer I is equal to 0, and then I less than scores dot length, and then I plus plus. So this is the number of batsmen that we have. So 0th batsman, first batsman, and so on. Now inside this one, what we need to do is, we'll print one command, one statement. Okay, so batsman number, and then plus, and here we say I plus 1, now batting. It's a space, now batting, and then let's give one /n, or let's say after this one, let's say we'll print one new line character and then give one, something like this one. So we get this batsman number 1, now batting. Let's see the output so far. You can see this one. We get batsman number 1, now batting, batsman number 2, now batting. So after this one, we need to trigger the loop that throws the ball for 6 times. Let's say, okay, for integer ball is equal to 1, and then ball less than or equivalent to 6 balls we want, right? So and then ball plus plus, And this is the loop that runs for each batsman. So for each batsman, we want to allow 1 over, that is 6 balls. So therefore the loop starts from 1 and ends with 6. So inside this one, let's print one statement. Let's say I will use this statement back here. So what I'll do is batsman number 1 now waiting for the ball, now waiting. Let me keep upside. So now waiting for the ball, for ball number plus, let's say, ball, something like this one, ball number 1. And let's give one thread dot sleep here, thread dot sleep, let's say some 500 milliseconds. And this throws an exception, add it throws declaration, something is there. Now then next print command, bowler is now throwing the ball number plus ball number plus ball. And then after the bowler throws it, let's sleep the code for 500 milliseconds. And then we'll capture the runs. Let's say runs per the current ball is equal to random dot next int of 6. Let's give it a 6. And so when the ball is thrown, this method will generate some random score, and that random score for the current ball is stored in here. And then that's it. After that one, what we need to do is scores of let's say I, scores of I is equal to scores of I plus runs per the current ball. So this will store the current score into scores of I. This is added. This is added continuously. And after the inner for loop, what we'll do is total score plus is equal to scores of I. So this will get the total score into this total score variable, something like this one. And then maybe we'll print one command here. Let's say system.out.println. And after this entire for loop is completed, outside the outer for loop, what we'll do is we'll print the score of each batsman. So let's say for int I equal to 0, I less than scores dot length, and then I plus plus. And then here what we'll do is system.out.println batsman number plus what we'll do here I plus 1, and then plus score is equal to, and then plus scores of I. So this is how we do that, scores of I. And then after this one, let's say we'll print the total score, something like this one. Total score is equal to, we have stored the total score in that variable, total score, something like this one. And then that's it. So we can now run the program and see the output. Let's say you can see this output, batsman number 1 batting, 6 balls. Batsman number 1 is completed. Now you can see 6 balls. Now you see batsman number 1 score is 12 and 2 is 18, and total score. You can see that batsman number 1 now batting, now waiting for ball number 1. Bowler is throwing ball number 1. Batsman now waiting for ball number 2, and so on. So if you want, we can print the current ball score also in between ball number 2 and ball number 1. Let's do that. So it looks something like this one. So here after getting the score, let's print score of the current ball. Okay, runs of the current ball is equal to, let's say, runs of the current ball. So this will print the runs of each and every ball that a batsman has made. Now you can see this again. Okay, so runs of the current ball is 5, runs of the current ball is 3, something like this one. So between each ball you want to print one's line, you can do that. So let's go ahead, and then so this print command will do this here, and that will give some gap in between each ball and run. So this is ball number 1, this is ball number 2, and so on. You can see this one. So somewhere you see the random number has generated the score 0 also. Once in a while you can check that. So here runs for the current ball is 1, runs for the current ball is 2, 4, 2, and you see here it has generated 0. That means the batsman has not hit the ball, any score there. So something like so, one more ball is 0, something like this one. So this way, one simple program to demonstrate. Thank you all.